Welcome to another Rolled in Reacts episode. This Toyota 4Runner came in with some starting issues after the owner had done some work on the battery, all by himself. The owner of this car said that they haven't done an oil change in a while and thinks it might be time. I'd have to agree on that one. Customer states, heard a loud bang and car lost all power. The owner of this car said that he had done some repairs on the cooling system by himself, but has since had to top off the coolant every day. The owner of this car said that their brother helped them install a used generator 2 weeks ago, but now they need a new battery. This customer came in complaining about poor braking power. This customer apparently sleeps on the floor and wanted his car to feel the same way. Customer states, was driving on sand, floored it until I came onto pavement and then heard a loud bang from the rear and my car suddenly stopped moving. Customer states, I think my car needs an Imodium. This car came in with a pretty loud engine knock after the owner had done their first oil change but forgotten to tighten the drain plug. And this customer had apparently fixed their taillights by themselves, but came in after failing an inspection. And the owner of this car came in saying that he wants new brakes installed but didn't mention anything about this. The customer ended up taking the car to a different shop as he got upset when the mechanics told him there's nothing they could do for him. And the owner of this car had apparently floored it a bit too hard and had to come in for a replacement gas pedal. And this customer came in with their Hyundai because he had fixed an oil leak all by himself with glue and Flex Seal spray, but the car was still leaking oil. I'm not sure swaying sway bars are actually a good thing. Customer states, hit something on the way to the grocery store, please advise. This car came in with some starting issues. Customer states, can't unlock my car, please help. And this vehicle came in for its first oil change in 68,000 miles. And this customer complained about a bit of a vibration when driving at higher speeds. This customer refused to get their leaking tire fixed and just fixed it themselves in their own creative way, but ended up coming into the shop a couple days later. This customer came in complaining about a whining noise during acceleration. The owner of this Mondeo came in because it bumps more than normal after the customer's son had borrowed it for a weekend to go see his friends. Customer states, my car handles weirdly. The owner of this car had let their uncle, who's apparently a retired hobby mechanic, install a custom-built sport exhaust system for them. Customer states, car has started chain smoking again, please advise. Customer came in requesting a price quote for some brake work. He later refused all repairs and said he will just fix it himself with a YouTube tutorial. This vehicle came in with a bit of an oil leak after the customer had done their very first oil change 2 weeks ago. Customer states, my car wobbles way too much. Customer states, starting issues. This car rolled in because the owner said he heard a pop from the back while driving. Now, if you have any idea of what the hell is going on here, please let us know in the comments below. Customer states, every time I floor it, my hood gets a bulge. And this car came in because it wouldn't start after it had taken some swimming lessons. This car came in because the customer suspected that his all-terrain tires were causing vibration. The mechanic found the wheel bearings to be completely destroyed. This car rolled in with quite the fuel leak after another shop had tried installing a new fuel pump in a pretty unique way. This customer had installed some new brake rotors together with their friend from high school who's apparently great with cars and had also done a great job at picking different types of brake rotors for the front. This customer thought he had accidentally melted a piston, but here's what the technician found. And when your engine mount starts looking like this, it's probably time for new ones. Unbranded tires, best price, come and get yours today. Customerstates, hissing sounds, and car feels really sluggish when trying to accelerate. This car came in for a quick oil and filter change, but when the technicians removed the drain plug, no oil came out. Apparently, the last oil change was 52,000 miles ago. This BMW rolled in after the owner said it had started to lean heavily to one side after hitting a speed bump going 50 miles an hour. And this car came in after the owner said it handled like a refrigerator full of bowling balls. I wonder why. And this car came in because of the check engine light constantly being on. That looks a bit suspicious. And the owner of this car had went away on vacation and parked their car in a garage, but once they came back they said that it now sounds like a rally car. And the owner of this car said that he had some noise when shifting gears and wanted it looked at. Yep, looks good. Customer states, car has a funky smell, please advise. And this car came in because of a clunking sound. And this car had quite the transmission leak. Customer states, I think I need a new wheel bearing. This Ford Transit 250 came in to get some brake work done, but the mechanic had some trouble finding the rear brake pad. Oh, there it is. And this customer states, my car doesn't accelerate as it should. Customer states, but a little engine knock on Kias is totally normal, right? Customer states, my car doesn't want to start. And this car came in with some starting issues after the owner had installed a used light bar by himself. This customer had a transmission leak, so they decided to slap some 3M tape on there, because why not? And this customer rolled in saying that their brakes have been squeaking more than usual lately and wanted it checked out. And this customer drove in like this after getting a flat tire on their way to work. This customer had fixed a leaking tire all by himself using some good old duct tape. And this customer states that they have a wobbling steering wheel when driving on the highway. This car came in for a pre-purchase inspection when the mechanic noticed that the airbag light was on, and this is what he discovered. It's that 80% dark chocolate. This car came in for a regular checkup when the mechanic discovered it had some pretty unique styling done to it. Customer states, installed some new rims, but I think I must have gotten the wrong size. Sparky Sparky. This 2022 F-150 came in because the customer complained about the four-wheel drive not working after only 5,000 miles of use. The mechanic opened up the transfer case and found this. Ah, nothing beats bushings made out of some good old Adidas slides. And this car came in with some brake issues. Customer states, I hit something on my way out from another shop. Customer states, car keeps trying to carjack itself. Please advise. Oh, I know, it's one of those new styled brake rotors. This mechanic had done a brake job on his personal car and accidentally forgot the jack underneath. This mechanic was replacing some tires on this customer's truck. Apparently, one of the tires had been frozen to the ground and ripped apart as he was driving away. And this customer came in saying that their car has started to rattle more than usual. Customer states, hit a pothole and now car makes a strange noise. Please advise. And this customer came in complaining about their truck not moving when in gear. And this is what happens when you let your buddy that knows a little this, little that, do some electrical work on your car. And this customer came in saying that their car is louder than usual, and this is what the mechanics found. Let us know what you think might be causing this in the comments below. Ah, you can't see it from an airplane. And this truck came in right on time to get its wheel fixed. Customer states, car sounds like a wheel of fortune and gets hella warm sometimes. Please advise. And this customer came in saying that they had let their son borrow their truck for the weekend to go fishing with his friends, but they had apparently hit a large pothole on their way back. This vehicle came in for some maintenance when the technician discovered this as he was removing the differential cover. This car was apparently purchased from a rental company and the owner came in because the bulb warning light kept coming on. And this guy came in saying that his fan speed knob was giving him a hard time. Now, see, I don't think it's supposed to do that. And when your project car starts looking like this, it's probably best to find another project. Customer states, my tire has huge pimples. The mechanic found that this was likely caused by the tire being driven on extremely low pressure with camber and toe causing the inside of the tire to get hot and bubble up under pressure. And this truck came in with a pretty sneaky fuel leak. This Hyundai Elantra came in after the owner had hit a rock while driving on an unmarked road to go see his friend. This Volkswagen Golf 5 rolled in because it was overheating and making funny noises. Turns out it was all due to a pretty well-used water pump. And now is probably a good time to change this. And the owner of this Chevy Blazer had apparently just hit a squirrel on the highway and came in for some body work, but when asked about the deployed airbags, they just shrugged and said, I don't know nothing about cars. Customer states, something's wrong with my clutch, please advise. This car came in because of a slight thumping sound when riding over speed bumps. The owner of this car came in saying that they recently tuned their car themselves, but that it doesn't feel faster at all. Customer states, it feels like car is leaning more to one side than the other. I think you're right. This is what happens when you tow your car and leave it in gear. Customer states, I just need some wheel balancing, thank you. Customer rolled in and said that their arms hurt during longer drives and thought it was something to do with the power steering. And if it was possible for oil to somehow turn into silver, this customer would probably be pretty rich right now. This truck came in for a post-purchase inspection after the owner had paid over $13,000 for it. Yikes. This car came in because the owner said it had started to clunk a lot ever since his son borrowed it to go hiking with his friends. Customer states, I hit a pothole and then the car just went. And this customer came in complaining about sudden loss of power in their car. The mechanic found the issue to be coolant spraying out of a cylinder head bolt. This customer's car came with its own little protein stash. And this car rolled in with some starting issues after the owner had tried squeezing an extra 20 horsepower out of the engine in his very own special way. Customer states, was driving home from work when I suddenly heard a loud bang. And the owner of this car came in because they kept hearing a rattling noise while driving. The technician had this car on the lift because of a wheel bearing issue when the wheel just fell off on its own. Customer states, installed exhaust system by himself, but car now makes a sound. And this car rolled in for an oil change, but when the mechanic went to sit in it, he discovered it was pretty nasty. And this, folks, is exactly why you don't leave your car parked on your lawn for 3 years straight. This car came in on a tow truck after the owner had hit a fire post while driving to work on a rainy morning. This customer got sideswiped by a semi-truck and apparently also got towed to the shop, but with the parking brake still engaged. This car came in after the owner's wife had heard a loud sound but kept driving it until it just wouldn't start anymore. And this guy could only open the door from the outside and wanted the mechanic to have a look. The owner of this SUV came in saying that they were on their way to get some groceries when they suddenly heard a loud metallic pop, but had just kept driving until they lost almost all power. This truck came in because of a clunking noise after the owner had installed quite a unique lift kit on it at a different shop. This Hyundai Santa Fe came in with some ball joint issues. This ProMaster cargo van came in because the customer complained about an oil leak. The mechanics found the engine to be completely locked up. The owner of this car came in saying that their car has been handling like a boat ever since they had some suspension work done at a different shop. And this vehicle came in with new tires installed, but just on one side. And this truck came in because the customer complained about a wobbling steering wheel. And this customer had done some brake work on their truck, all by themselves. This customer complained about clunking noises coming from the front wheels. The owner of this car came in because they had a rattling sound when driving after their friend had fixed a bad engine mount for them in a pretty interesting way. The owner of this Nissan was on his way to work when his tire blew up and he had to drive 100 miles just to get to the closest shop. Customer states, windshield gets all red when I wash it off. Please advise. This car came in after the owner's wife had hit a curb a bit too fast after racing to get a parking spot before someone else. Customer states, car keeps shutting off. Customer states, my window won't roll down. The owner of this Jeep had done their own oil change, but had to come in 4 days later because of a misfire and blue exhaust smoke. Turns out they had overfilled the engine with about 15 quarts of oil. Sport. And this customer taped their tire because, well, it was leaking. The owner of this car came in saying, had a strange leak for a while and fixed it myself, but car's still leaking, please advise. This guy had installed some new rims on his car, but had to come in on a tow truck because the car wouldn't go forward or backwards anymore. Customer states, my car is trying to start on its own, please help. The mechanic found out the customer had mixed up the battery poles and wired the battery backwards. This customer came in complaining about a rattling sound at higher speeds after their friend had done some work on their car. And the last time this car had its last oil change was 58,000 miles ago. Sheesh. Customer states, my doors feel heavier than usual. Please advise. Okay, find one thing wrong with this Hemi engine and comment below what you think it is. And this car came in with a handful of different problems and somehow even drove in like this. The owner said that she only knows how to fill it up with gas and drive it. And this Citroën Xara rolled in because of poor braking power after the customer's friend had helped them install new calipers and topped off the brake reservoir with transmission fluid. And the owner of this car came in saying that he hit a large garden gnome while in a rush to get to the airport. Customer states, had a clunk for a while, then my buddy fixed it for me for a 6-pack, but now the clunk is back. Huh, that's a first. And this customer came in after having done some work on the exhaust all by himself. And this customer's favorite show is apparently Pimp My Ride. The owner of this car came in saying that it feels a bit loose when taking larger turns. This guy had prepared his Jeep for some off-roading and came in to make sure everything looked alright. Yup, looks great. And this differential has definitely seen some better days. This car came in to get its exhaust fixed, but the mechanic also noticed that the owner had done some electrical work all by himself. This customer had been to the shop and declined all repairs, but had to come in 2 hours later because they had heard a loud pop while driving and now had no choice but to get new tires. Talk about instant karma. And this customer finally had to come in to get their tire fixed, after having fixed it a couple of times themselves. This car rolled in like this, after the owner's uncle had helped them install a new parking brake. And this car came in right on time, and it definitely looks like silver grade anise coming out. The owner of this car came in saying that he thinks something ain't right with his back wheel. And this customer thankfully came in to swap their car's milkshake brew for some fresh engine oil. And this customer came in saying, but a little bit of smoke is alright, right? Customer states, it's really hard to put it in gear. Had it checked at another shop, but they couldn't find anything wrong with it. Customer states, my car handles really badly. The owner of this Mitsubishi came in saying that their car made a loud sound and came to a sudden stop after they had installed a timing belt together with a friend. And this customer came in saying that they have a rattling sound when driving after they had some work done at a different shop. This 2021 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid came in because the high voltage battery was not charging. Hopefully this customer has some good insurance because everything related to the high voltage system on this model is located underneath the car. This car apparently had a built-in snack box, especially for mechanics. And this customer had problems with their brake pedal, feeling a bit spongy after they had just installed new calipers. The mechanic found a crack in the caliper to be the issue. Customer came in saying that he wants an alignment because his steering wheel wobbles more than usual. And this customer had just purchased this car from an auction, thinking it was a bargain. But after a few weeks, the paint started to chip, and this is what the mechanics found once they had it in the shop. These cool retractable hood lights were actually a feature on certain GM models between '88 and 1998. Customer came in saying, my nephew's a newly graduated electrician and he did some work on my car, but now it won't start. Please advise. And this customer came in and complained about a squeaky sound when braking. And this customer had just bought this BMW that came in with a pretty bad engine knock. Somehow though, it managed to roll into the shop on its own. Very nice! And this car came in after the owner complained about a scratching sound right after startup. This customer came in because they had no forward or reverse after an oil change. This truck came in after a rim exploded, destroying 2 tires, the wheel hub, shock absorber, brake booster chamber, and the air suspension. Hopefully this guy has some good insurance. This car rolled in with some rattling sounds after the customer had let their grandson borrow the car for a week. This field mechanic was doing some work on a boat diesel engine after it had overheated and cracked in quite a few places. This customer's car came in on a tow truck after it wouldn't start. Apparently it had gotten some new owners while being parked on the street for a few months. The mechanic found a lot of wiring to be missing. This customer came in with his BMW X5 to get a repair quote. He never mentioned exactly how or what had happened to the car, but the mechanics noticed from the service book that the car had a lot of engine issues in the past. So they thought maybe this guy was actually just trying to get a new car from his insurance company. This Holden came in with quite the oil leak after the customer had tried fixing it himself using some silicone. And this customer came in because the service stability system light was on and they had a fluid leak. Once on the lift, the mechanic found a transfer case to be wrapped in aluminum foil, duct tape, silicone, epoxy, and covered with a layer of spray paint. This customer came in saying, parked the car on the street last week, but ever since, something's wrong with the door. It just won't close. Customer came in saying that his car has been getting really bad gas mileage ever since he started using the car again after it was parked under a tree for 6 months. And this customer came in complaining about the steering feeling too loose after a friend of a friend helped them do an alignment. Customer states, "My car keeps going into limp mode. Apparently, the car had the AdBlue injector doser module replaced at another shop and they had damaged the AdBlue line in the process." Customer states, "Raced a friend at a stoplight. He won." The customer apparently hadn't done an oil change in it since buying it new 8 years ago. Customer states, "I think I'm missing some parts." The owner of this car said that he hit a small hole in the road and that he thinks he might need an alignment. This car rolled in with a bit of an identity crisis. And this customer states, "It smells like a pig's butt while driving." And this engine came in with some inspection windows after the owner had benched it a bit too hard. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching, and until next time.